Michael, it was TennoCon once again on the weekend, and Soulframe gameplay was debuted. Jordan Midler of VGC covered it. Warframe Studio Digital Extremes has held its first Soulframe dev stream, during which it debuted new gameplay. The game, which currently doesn't have a release date, has gradually invited players to Soulframe Preludes, an early access experience that introduces the world. Quote, "The closed testing we've been doing with our community has been so impactful. We've learned a ton, and we continue to listen and learn each day," end quote, said Soulframe creative director Jeff Crooks. Quote, "We're hoping to open this up to a lot more players this fall." My ears just immediately perked up right there. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm listening. Everything is still rough around the edges, but that's part of our style. The feedback is important to us, and we really do iterate on it regularly, end quote. Digital Extremes also announced a new Ancestor coming to the game. Verminia, the Rat Witch, can enhance the customization of cosmetics, which also assisting in crafting potions, elixirs, and other tinctures among the family of ancestors in the Nightfold. Dude, the Nightfold was a cool thing. Like, at any point, if you're out of combat, you just kind of like fall backwards, and it teleports you into this big puddle area, which is kind of like it's almost like your headquarters in a sense, or a hub world for you to go meet up with your ancestors, which then help you with gear, cosmetics, and all this kind of stuff, right? So it was cool. An encounter with a massive armored bear, Bromus, as was also teased. A new enemy, the Nimrod, was shown during the gameplay presentation, which I saw a couple times. Yeah, quote, "We're welcoming more new players than ever, and we can't wait to share our progress through regular dev streams with the team as we continue to peel back Soulframe's layer of intrigue," end quote. Soulframe is Digital Extremes' first live service title since its long-running hit Warframe. Dude, Warframe has been going for well over a decade now. That's the thing. Go ahead.
It's insane. I feel like it was just a few years ago I first heard about that game, and to hear that it's been going on for a decade, I'm excited to see what they come up here with Soulframe. As you said, my ears perked up when I said more players come this fall. Okay, all right, that's good.
Yep, absolutely. Well, where Warframe is focused on shooting, this is focused on melee, end quote. Steve Sinclair, Digital Extreme CEO, said at the time of the game's announcement, quote, "Where Warframe is super fast and crazy high speed, this one's going to be a lot more slow and heavy, but it still has a lot of similarities to the genre that we have experienced in," end quote. Creative director Jeff Crooks added, quote, "The consent is that the world itself is a little angry about what's been done to it. The grounds underneath tend to shift throughout the day," end quote. I think they have opportunity. I do find it very interesting though, Michael, live service experience, right? Live service tends to go with a multiplayer approach, co-op approach, where I feel this tends to be more of a single player approach, right? We did get Suicide Squad, which was supposed to be a live service game, single player, and it just didn't pan out, right? We've seen games come and go in the live service world. I asked the question, can Digital Extremes pull it off? They do. They pulled off Warframe. I don't see why they can't do it again. What are your thoughts?
No, I think if there's a company that we trust to maybe pull off that live service experience, because you're right, live service is that new buzzword where as soon as you hear it, you start to tense up and you're like, oh, do we really need to be live service? Because you're right, there's been, I'd say, way more flops than hits when it comes to that live service experience. But no, I mean, Warframe has been huge. I mean, as we talked about, it's been over for a decade. So if anyone could pull off this live service sort of new to the genre live service game, I trust them to be able to pull it off. But I'm still curious. I like all right, let's do an open beta. Let's bring in more people. They're on the right start, but there's still a long, long way to go before we really say, okay, they actually nailed that live service experience that everybody's always really weary of.
No, absolutely, right? So here's the other side of it, too. When it comes to launching this fall or opening up to more people this fall, it's early access. I wonder if there's an opportunity here for early access, right? On all fronts. Don't just go straight PC. We've seen it get in game preview program over on Xbox. We've seen PlayStation open up for early access there as well. So I'd like to see them bring it around the table to everybody. The game looks pretty clean. Like, it looks crisp. The characters look incredible. I think it's exciting to see what they're making next over at Digital Extremes with Soulframe, and I'm rather pumped. I'm not a Souls guy, but I'm starting to come around. so this might be my turnaround to it. When it came to Warframe, the movement on Warframe was so quick and so, dude, there's just a unique movement to it. I never felt comfortable, and I actually get a little motion sickness playing that game. Did you ever play Warframe?
I played for 10, 15 hours, and I definitely feel like there was just something, I don't want to say off, because that's not the right word. It was a great game, but there was something that was just a little bit different, and that's on with you. That's kind of why I sort of peeled back, is it just felt a little weird to me, and I never could quite get it down, and I don't know if I ever got motion sick, but it was one of those, like, I'd be like, I don't know what's going on, and it just keeps throwing me off just a little bit.
Which is fair, right? I know my brother sunk hundreds of hours into Warframe. Absolutely loves it, rolls with the crew, has a great time. They keep dropping more and more content for it, so don't worry that Soulframe is about to take over. I think Warframe is still has lots in the pipeline to come with it, right? I think if you're into Warframe, it's kind of like if you're into Destiny, you're into Destiny, right? And if you're into Warframe, you're into Warframe. So now with Digital Extremes coming around with Soulframe, like this might be my chance to get in. And in a live service, maybe there is co-op, right? Maybe they do introduce you to having at least a friend join you, and you can set out on your adventures. I don't know. Well, I know I'm pretty excited. I think we all are here on the team. So hit us up, itgtv.com. We want to hear from you. Soulframe excite you at all?